That is a zebra on the ice, Bill. How did he get on the ice? That's amazing. They still can't get him off the ice. This is crazy. Here comes all the zebras. It's a zoo out there.
You can't do that. Doesn't matter. Get in the box.
Welcome everyone to Chirping Zebras. Maybe we'll all embrace the zebra side.
Welcome everyone to Chirping Zebras, episode 94. Mark Riley alongside Josh Dolan, who's sitting in for Gino Binder Jr., and we're coming to you from AOA Studios and the new look AOA Studios. Love it. We're in the comfy chairs, and just AOA Studios is great. All the guys here, Mike, Cam, and Z, do a great job. So if you want to tape anything, come here to Beverly at AOA Studios. And want to remind you to like and subscribe on the YouTube, smash that button, and also follow us on the social medias, the Instagram, the Facebook, and of course,
the TikTok.
Thank you, Josh. Well done, filling in for Gino.
No problem. I was practicing the whole ride.
Before we get into today's episode, it was great. Before we get into that, I want to thank our sponsors. Of course, we have the Referees Crease, your one-stop shop for all your refereeing needs, from scheduling, payment, and development. They do it all. Also want to thank Damon Financial Services. Damon, for over 24 years, Damon Financial has helped families and business owners grow and protect their wealth with clear, trusted strategies from retirement planning to investments and tax-efficient solutions. They deliver no-nonsense advice focused on your goals. Give them a call at 508-321-2101 today to schedule your meeting with Damon Financial, or visit them at damonfinancial.com. And also want to thank our other sponsor, Townsend Hockey. Graham Townsend and Townsend Hockey. We'll hear more about that in a little bit. And last episode was the Christmas special. Mm-hmm. You, Gino, and myself talked about the prior year and all the episodes.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun.
And Gino was a little under the weather, but, you know, what can
Yes,
you
he
do?
was.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, he was struggling a little bit.
But he showed up. He played hurt.
What was great was him on that his backdrop.
Yeah.
He looked like Homer Simpson going into the bushes.
We didn't
Like
need to
2
keep
minutes.
laughing at him because he felt awful and he was just trying to lean back to rest his body. And
We were all over him. But yeah, so if you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out. Prior episode was Bruce Cassidy. If you haven't watched that, you really are missing out because Bruce was awesome.
Yeah. At this point, if you're not watching the podcast, you're really missing out.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had 93 chances up until now. You know what? Kill a day.
Yeah.
And what do they say when you watch shows all day?
Binge
Watch. Binge watch the Zebras. I just had a moment there.
I thought you were going more complex than that.
No. I just passed out for a second. Binge watch.
Netflix and chill it?
Binge watch the Zebras. Netflix it. You can chill it too. Do whatever you want. This is going down a path quickly.
Swimmingly.
Today's guest was awesome.
Yeah.
We had a repeat guest, Andrew Alberts. Former NHLer, former Bruin, but also played for Philly, Carolina, and Vancouver.
Yeah.
And very involved with the Warrior for Life Fund. I got my gear on today. And just one of the nicest guys that we've kind of got to know through the Bruins alumni and Warrior for Life.
Yeah, and Loki, one of the funniest guys.
Yeah.
He's very quiet about it, but once you really get to know him, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. When we first met him, we were like, should we have Alberts on?
Yeah.
We were like, I don't know. His personality is kind of like standoffish. And then we talked to him, and it was like, holy shit, this guy's awesome.
He just wasn't sure of us.
Yeah. But he was on episode 41. That we did from the Warrior Ice Arena.
Yeah.
Last year when the Warrior for Life game, when the Warrior for Life team played, actually the 2011 Stanley Cup team, and that was the game I got shot by a Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
Chris
that was their first game doing that.
Well, no,
right?
they've played before.
Well, I mean the Bruins alumni.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first time they did the reunion team.
Right.
And had all those guys back. This year the game is January 10th.
Yep.
I believe, and it's at Warrior Arena at night, 7 p.m., so we'll both be there.
Something tells me Marshy won't be there this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, he won't be. But last year was really cool. Tim Thomas and a bunch of the guys were there. But on that episode, we had Alby on, along with Dennis Seidenberg, Andrew Ferentz,
Johnny Boychuk.
We had Aaron Bedosian, former SEAL. We had Ryan Crowley. So we had that was a great episode 41. But we determined Alby deserved his own episode.
Yes.
No question.
And we went out to Montana with him. We had a great time.
Yes, Face Off for Heroes.
Yeah.
We were out there hanging out and just, he's just, well, you'll see from this episode, he's a great guy and has some great stories. And, again, does a lot for the Warrior for Life, which I think is one of the coolest things after us going down there and seeing it firsthand. Just a great organization that helps out guys that allow us to do silly things like have podcasts and tell jokes for a living and
every ridiculous thing that we do.
Everything we do. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get to our time spent with Andrew Alberts. So we want to welcome Andrew Alberts to Chirping Zebras. Andrew, welcome.
Thanks for bringing me back. Can we say that?
Oh, yeah. You were on episode 41.
Was it?
Yeah, it was 41.
Was it because of my number or just?
Maybe. I think you're the only one, I will say, from the Warrior for Life game last year. We had you and a few others on, Johnny Boychuk, Dennis Seidenberg, Andrew Ferentz. You're the only one that we brought back for your own episode because you had to have your own episode.
Thanks, buddy. Well, we kind of go outside the box of hockey a little bit, right?
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Right?
Have you met us?
Well, we will bring up what we talked about that day at Warrior Arena.
I just want to know where we're at now.
Oh, we're at 65 already. We're not starting at 0, that's for sure.
No.
But no, we really enjoyed that, and we enjoyed our time in Montana. Josh and I in Montana. Just an awesome event.
It was an awesome event for the fact that you bring the community that didn't know much about us and all the retired guys with the NHL guys, their families, the relatives who all came as a community event, if you will, and it's like potluck and food and local restaurants and the guys came together for having 3 teams too was a little bit different, so the round robin. And then time afterwards to just the camaraderie in the locker room and sled hockey and the floor hockey. Like it was just kind of, and the comedy. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the kids stick handling while you're doing comedy.
That's the best. That was the best.
But then
the hailstorm.
The hailstorm, the rodeo. It was a great weekend of like both the military and the alumni and the community just interacting to make a great event and raise a ton of money for those guys.
Yeah.
So it was. I wish we'd go back next year. I know they're redoing the rink, so we're picking a new location.
Yeah.
But I know we'll definitely get back to Bozeman. So that was awesome. So.
Yeah. When we were down there in Virginia Beach after Thanksgiving, they were talking about that and how Bozeman is under construction.
Yep.
I don't know exactly what they're going to do. Maybe put ice in that second rink where we were for the comedy show.
Well, I think the cost.
Worst setup ever.
You didn't like the big room and 20
Huge
people?
room, high ceilings, kids running around, kids stick handle next to me.
And the bar in the back.
The bar in the back.
Yeah.
Noise and bad acoustics. That's great for comedy.
No, it was good. Matter of fact, it was so good. When Josh and I went down to Virginia Beach after Thanksgiving there, we did a show, and Captain Crowley, Ryan Crowley, who is just an awesome dude, after I did the show, he goes, I knew you were kind of funny, but I didn't know you were that funny. I go, yeah, that's because you saw me in an airplane hangar.
Could understand the words.
You've played them all now, right?
I did. No, I can.
That's got to be one of the worst.
It was up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was up there.
You were good though. I was laughing my ass off.
Oh no, I was
paying attention.
Yeah. No, I was wicked funny.
Good, yeah.
But it was challenging for sure. Not the worst though. To be honest, not the worst setup I've been in, which tells you.
Where's the worst? Just quickly.
Probably I did one in a bar in Hyde Park where they didn't tell anyone there was going to be comedy.
Yeah, it's always the
And these two guys at the bar were just completely disinterested. They were locals. And I end up almost fighting them because they were like just yelling at me. And that one was pretty bad. But I've had a few where I think I did one a benefit thing up at Granite Links.
Yeah.
And there was like 500 people, and they did an auction before. And then they kind of brought me up, and everyone's standing, and there was maybe 15% of the audience that was paying attention, and everyone else was just kind of trying to talk over me. That one was
tough.
pretty bad because it's tough because people see you,
Yeah.
and then they're like, kind of like Captain Crowley, like they're like, oh, I thought he was funny, and it's like, yeah. But you can't be funny when you're yelling at people and.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when like people who don't understand how comedy works or comedy shows, and they're the ones setting the show up, and they're
Right.
going over the schedule for it. There's just like, as comedians, you can sit in the back of the room and be like, "Oh, this is going to create a disaster. This is going to create a disaster."
But then you have shows like down in Virginia Beach at the Warrior for Life Center that it should have sucked. You know what I mean? And there was only 22 people there, and it's in like that conference room.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So
A little more intimate,
it all
yeah.
depends. It really depends on a lot of factors, how it goes. And
I think
and what it
Montana
goes.
helped too, because we had like a rapport with a lot of those
Yeah.
guys, and then
Kenny Linsman forgave me for what I said, so thank God.
has he?
So
Kenny doesn't forgive anybody.
no, he doesn't.
He remembers all.
The best was funny. The next day on the ice, I go, "You're not going to stab me, are you?" And he goes, "Yeah, the rumors aren't true about how I played." I go, "Bullshit, I watched you. I wore 13 because of you," But that was a cool event. And so in the Warrior for Life Fund, I'm sporting some new swag from
you are.
that we got down there when we were down there. You're very involved with that in a couple different ways, not only as an ambassador, but with the Sense Arena and the virtual stuff.
Right.
And it's such a great organization. I mean, talk a little bit about what it's like to be involved with them.
Yeah, it's fun to look back at, I guess, where they've come from, and I kind of joined. I just joined like about 3 years ago as an ambassador officially, but to see how it started off as Ryan trying to get back into reestablish himself back into society as a, for lack of a better phrase, normal citizen, moving from the SEALs for 25 years, trying to acclimate back into society, and so. Dealing with TBI, emotional distress, you name it, what those guys go through with the training, the blast radius, even just an everyday schedule of being in the military and knowing where you have to be and the meetings, and I can't even speak to what it involves, but to go to, all right, now you have an open day or you have an open life. Like, what are you gonna do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Like, there's no schedule, right? Like, it's hard to move and transition to that, and so. He picked up hockey as something that he wanted to get into. He realized that, he gets on the ice and everything's just gone. And you're a kid again, and you're playing and you're enjoying it. And it becomes therapy.
Yep.
And so that was kind of like the light bulb idea that went off. And so as he got more guys into it, became, a youth organization to help young kids and then vets. And it's just grown to today what it is with the Face Off for Heroes games, where we now are partnered with the NHL Foundation, which is huge. They help support not only the games that we play, but that money goes to those operatives, those vets that need that support for the TBIs and the emotional distress and the physical distress. And, you talk about it's just not guys that have retired and are looking for something to do, but the adaptive people that have lost limbs and whatnot, that we can bring them into our community as well. And hockey really is for everybody. And we're trying to help the military get there, and hockey is therapy. And now the next step is, all right, what else can we do medically to help these guys out? So a long way of kind of giving you guys an idea of what it is, but it's such a fruitful organization trying to give back to what is needed for these guys that literally sacrifice their lives with things that, and this is kind of the cool part, that we don't even know what they do. Nobody does, right? On the back end. Yeah. And we can only imagine, and we hear clips and stories when we do meet him and we have a beer, what it might be. And I'm just, my jaw drops at some of the things that they do. The selflessness of these guys. And so if we can give back, put a smile on their kid's face or a Gold Star family's face, can we help you out? What do you need? And if hockey can help out, it's easy for us to give that up and provide, a game or whatever it might be, because they take way more out of it, and they gain from that, and we're just playing hockey, having a good time, trying to help them out. So.
Yeah. No, it's when we had John Eccles on, he told a couple stories. He said,
he's
I got
a beauty, eh?
Oh my God, a complete beautician, that guy. He's awesome. And he's trying to do kind of a similar thing in Washington with the special ops hockey.
Yeah.
And he even says, we're pretty far away from what they have with the Warrior for Life, but he's trying to replicate that for more of the, I think, Army Ranger kind of special operators and stuff. And the stories, it's like he casually talked about an RPG that misfired that landed 10 feet from him. Yeah. And it's like, I can't even, they're my rock stars. I say it all the time. And I know I probably said it too much, but those guys
they think
are
nothing of something like that when they're telling you the story.
Nothing.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I was probably walking down the grocery aisle looking at cereal and you're dodging RPGs, right?
Yeah.
It's it's crazy.
No, it's
like the way they talk about that and the way I'm complaining that my hotel room didn't have any hot water.
You're
I'm like,
an asshole.
take
a
you don't
cold
know what it's
shower.
like.
the struggle is real.
I had my own hell week in the hotel.
Talking about Hell Week, I asked John what a good book. So I have that Audible. It's like $14.99 a month, and you get a credit every month.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to cancel it forever, but when you cancel it, you lose all your credits. So I had 9 credits. Just a few weeks ago, I did this, and I was getting different books, and I asked him, I'm like, what's a good SEAL book? And one of them he recommended was Warrior Elite, and it's all about buds and Hell Week, and the training. And I'm telling you, I can't get enough of this book. It's, and you listen to what they went through, and you're like, I'd be out. I would have tapped out first day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like just
first
that
day.
alone is like mind blowing. Like I'm so impressed by that. And then that's like nothing compared to what they end up doing. But my God, just getting through like any of Hell Week, I wouldn't have a shot.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
It kind of goes back to what we were saying off camera, is like there's guys that look like Josh that we're like, oh, that guy gets through, right? No offense.
I don't know why you guys keep saying that.
I'm looking at a couple noodles and a couple strings hanging from your pants, but
We have the same legs.
That is true.
I have defenseman legs.
I'll never forget in Montana.
I like to call them they're greyhound legs. We could-
They're backward skating legs.
I think you said the same thing to me when I did the interview at the rink,
I'll
right?
never forget when you walked into Montana with your hockey pants on, with nothing under, your calves. I couldn't stop laughing. The look in your face was, when I said something was like, fuck.
You said those legs need to be shaved.
They belong in high heels and a skirt. I think that's what I said. But yeah, so
We'll show them off in the next episode.
yeah.
I'll wear my
I'll
high
try to
shorts.
find I didn't get a picture that day, unfortunately. I should have snapped a picture. That would have been creepy, though. Me taking a picture of your legs. But,
I did take a picture down in Virginia, the room down at the facility that has your jersey in it.
yeah, the Albert's
Yeah, I
room.
sat down on one of those beds and I was like working on my legs in the leg room with your jersey.
Now, you
It's a
have
sign.
the massage room? Is that the one that you have? The PT room, or is it
I
in
think-
the weight room? Must be the PT room. They wouldn't put
I
you
was
on
always
jersey in the
hurt.
weight room.
I'm such I don't know where they put it. It used to be. I don't know. No, it was in the weight room before. Actually, it was in the closet because they were like, this guy's a loser.
It looks like it's in the stretch room.
It might be in the stretch.
I think it's in the massage room. That is, I ordered in a little massage from the strip
and
mall
then you
across
look
the
up
street.
every now and then. You
You
see my
sat in
jersey,
the
you think,
vibrating lawn chair. Is
That
what
lawn
you did.
chair.
So I've seen the videos and I've looked at the technology and I'm like, I gotta get in one of those.
You've never been in?
No, I'm really like, it looks awesome.
It I can't even describe it. And it felt like you were sliding off the thing while it was vibrating.
Yeah.
And then when it stopped, literally felt weightless, like floating.
But don't you listen to something too, right?
They guide you through it. And like
Yeah, I
when
wanna do
when you're in like the different mindset modes, fight or flight, or relax.
Yeah.
And it's that thing was
And it
incredible.
like tells you what you're gonna feel before you, and then
Yeah.
like, am I only feeling this because they put it in my head, or is it?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I don't care. I feel it.
And it's like it's the whole chair has all those, the hammer things, the massage things,
Yeah.
like the guns.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of them in the chair. It was. I want to do that again.
Nice.
For sure.
Yeah,
It was good.
I've only seen it. I want to check it out.
Yeah, it was cool. And I'm hoping next time we get to go on the base and do some other SEAL stuff.
Yeah. What
They
did
had
you guys
meetings.
in Virginia Beach?
Yeah, they had meetings, so
can go on
Ryan
base.
couldn't take us over.
Yeah.
He was busy. He said next trip though we're heading over and
I haven't been to the base down there either. I want to. Go.
We thought we were, though. The email he sent us was
Yeah.
like,
he said we were going to do some stuff, but then the meetings came up. But he showed us. I held a SEAL gun, the gun he used, like the SEAL
his
gun.
rifle?
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
We held it, and I accidentally pointed at him. He was not happy, but
Yeah.
I couldn't believe you did that.
his
Rule number 1.
yeah. But
He's
then
like,
he
wow,
had
this is nice.
he had a gun that his friend retrofitted a tennis ball shooter for his dog.
Cool.
And he shot it out back a couple times, and it was a gun. Like it wasn't a bing. That thing went off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was absolutely incredible.
It's so funny. The reason he went and got it, he was telling me that he had a gun that shot tennis balls, and I was like, I asked him where he got it, and he was like explaining like it's a gun that was modified, and I just was not getting it. I was like, oh, so it's like a T-shirt cannon, and he was like, I'll show you. And then he pulls
He had
out this gun, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some.
And then you said, is it legal for you to have that? And I was like, it's legal for him to have.
yeah. He can have whatever he wants.
Exactly.
I wouldn't do that. And one of the pieces, and unfortunately, Frank Simonetti, president of the Bruins alumni and a huge supporter of the show and a great guy, been on multiple times, much like you. You're in that club now.
Do I get a robe soon?
What?
Like a robe with like
Yeah.
a
We
third
do.
time,
We have your
fourth
robe.
time.
It's on order. We have multiple. That's actually a great fucking idea,
Right?
We can have chirping zebra robes.
Robe or like a sport coat.
Coat. It could be striped. You know how like the
Yeah.
golfers?
Yes.
the Masters is green.
Yeah.
We could have a striped
I
zebra
like
coat.
that. I like that.
Every time you're on, we come up with.
I told you I'm the
really
idea guy.
cool- You're the idea guy. We could have a
I
zebra.
bring nothing to fruition, but I'm the idea guy.
But you have the idea. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't. The Sense Arena.
I should have brought it. I didn't even think.
Dude, because it wasn't working.
Now
When
you
we
gotta
were
have me
there.
back.
Yeah, well, now you have to be a third. You got to come on. That's when you get the robe. You get the coat. Second time, third time, you get the robe.
It's like
Yeah.
the 5-time club
Yeah.
on SNL.
Yeah. That's right. That's what it is.
We'll do it. I'll bring it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
But
it.
it wasn't working down there. But like, give an idea because it's incredible. We talked about it last
Yeah.
time, but it's just cool that not only is it a hockey item in helping hockey kids and stuff, but helping the SEALs and the operatives with
Yeah,
it's-
cognitive training.
Yeah.
So like the broad like overview would be it's a hockey simulator, if you will. So both we have player version, goalie version, and then we have a new player mixed reality, which is I'll explain that in a second. And then we have the cognitive platform where you're just working on your proprioception, selective reflex, your peripheral vision, your reaction time, your memory, your focus, which they can use. Anybody could use, no matter what sport or whatever you want to do. If you want to get better at any cognitive decision-making process, that just helps train your brain, right? And then we move that to hockey, and we put you in a rink say for a player. We put you in a position where you've already created time and space, and now you're making plays. You're scanning the ice, pre-scanning the ice, understanding time and space. That cognitive kind of mindset of the game. That hey, the faster you can make decisions, the more efficient you're going to be as a player. And then for goaltenders, we have that platform coming to you. So it's drills in front of the goaltender, taking shots, reading the release, working on their angles. Working through screens. Nobody wants to stand in front of the ice after practice and try to let shots go by them if you're a forward, right? Right. But so for the goaltender, it's a little more polished platform. It's been around a little bit longer. We have more NHLers and high-profile users just because they use it to prime their brains before competition, right? So you think of all the goalies and the guys that are shooting up by the ears in warmups. Like they want to see the puck. They want to feel the puck. They want to track the puck everywhere. And so it becomes a good priming tool for those guys as well.
Nice.
And then our mixed reality, I just talk about here quickly, is if you wear the headset, now I would see the environment in front of me, and then we inlay virtual objects coming at you. So you have your physical puck, physical stick, and you have objects coming at you need to stick handle around, which is pretty cool.
That's
so,
insane.
Yeah, brand new. So
you actually have a stick.
You have a stick, you have a puck, physical puck, and you have players coming at you, or you have objects coming at you, and so you have your head up, you're reading, understanding time and space, the speed of the objects coming, or the players coming at you, and you need to physically move around, stick handle, so you don't collide with the objects. So
Wow,
it's
that's
actually
really
pretty
cool.
fun.
Yeah. And it works on, the one thing that I think separates players is the ability to skate with your head up.
Yeah, you have to. Yes.
I mean, if you don't, typically
you're
you
not
get
able to take
crushed.
in information.
Right.
It's simple as that.
Yeah.
So if your head's not up, you're not perceiving the moment for moment information coming in, because the game moves so fast. I mean, as a ref that you're going blue line to blue line, and you move slow, but it's coming at you fast, right?
Yeah. I actually went the length of the rink. I was an actual referee, not a linesman, but that's okay. Linesmen are important too. Actually, I always said you're only as good as a referee as you are as good as your linesmen are. So
How are you at hockey? Because they usually say like the refs could never play hockey.
no,
So
I was actually pretty good. So fuck you. My problem was I didn't have your size. If I had your size, things would have been a little different for me. But I was, five.
You're like
I'll call
Brian
it
Johnson.
5'10". Yeah,
Bigger
without,
than him.
without the hands that he had. I had decent hands, but
Gotcha.
not anything like that.
Gotcha.
I was more of a face-off was my specialty, winning face-offs.
Face-off,
But
okay.
yeah,
You make
but
big money doing that.
I played at a prestigious school in the Boston area, Curry College. So, yeah. So I actually was pretty good.
They do.
I didn't get into reffing until after I finished playing.
Yeah.
That was a lot of guys. Yeah, Gino was a player, but also he reffed at like 9 because his father made him. But I didn't start ref until after I finished playing in college, and that's when I got into it.
Yeah.
But I think that's, and I'm not saying you have to play at a high level to be a good ref, but it definitely helps.
You understand the game,
Right.
And how to. I
and
hate
the
to say it
speed.
out loud, but like manage the game.
Managing
Like,
the
that
game
is your job.
Yep. And I didn't learn that till Andy Van Helmont in the East Coast League.
Yeah.
How to talk to players.
Yeah.
How to communicate. And now the problem they have now, and I'd love to get your input on it, is they're plucking these players out of the American League, and they can skate. They look the part. They're big. They fit the profile, but they're putting them right in the American League or in the NHL, and they have no fucking idea how to referee.
Yeah.
And it's bad now. I mean, it's, last night, Pasta got slew-footed off the face-off. I don't know if you saw it, and with Vancouver, your former team.
Yeah.
And he got slew-footed, and then, there was a fight and all this stuff. They don't call the slew-foot.
Well, so it goes. I mean, I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. I
think
want to get your
it's-
intake.
Well, who's going to police the game then, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of those guys are either out of the league or the game's change has gotten so fast. So you either need to be able to keep up and skate and fight, or intimidate, if you will.
Yep.
Like you look Castlick, just for sake of the Bruins in Boston.
Right.
Like he can skate, he can play, he can fight. He's with Jeannot, right?
Right.
Like that line is an identity line that you're usually not going to F with.
Right.
But Post was on the ice last night with who? His top line.
Well, he should have been out there.
So like nobody's out there doing anything.
Right.
But I bet that next shift, either Castlick or somebody's like, hey, like you touch Pasta again, I'm going to beat the wheels off your best guy.
Right.
You know what? So either tone it down or you'll be next.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So, but I mean, from the ref side, like if you don't call something the first time, like guys are going to keep pushing the envelope and just try to get away with stuff until either somebody grabs them or he gets a penalty.
Right.
So it's a two-way street, right?
Yep.
Like it goes back and forth. But that relationship with the player allows the players, because every game, you go into a game, you know who the refs are going to be in the NHL.
Yep.
They post them. You know what type of calls they typically make. And you use that first 5 minutes to feel out the game to see how is this game going to go. Are they calling it tight? Can we play? What are they going to call? And you have an idea, but you really don't understand until you're on the ice trying to figure out what the pace of the game is, what they're going to call. As a player, you got to know who's on the ice too.
Right.
So there's a lot of different kind of variables that go into it. But it is on both of our accounts, the player and the ref, to manage the game. I think it is.
Oh, no
Where I
question.
think we got away from that, right, with the players.
Well, that's why you got a guy like McDavid cross-checking someone in the face because the ref's not protecting him.
Yes.
And I think it goes back to, like, now you have your Wes McCauley's, your Chris Rooney, who, I think is the best two in the league. And they've been there for a while. And there's a few others.
Kelly
But
Sutherland, I think, is really good.
I think Kelly is a great communicator. I don't always like his penalty selections. I think he lets some things go that he needs to call. He was the ref that let the slew foot go back against St. Louis when I think it was who was it? They got slew footed and they got the puck and boom, Achari.
Yeah.
But he is. I'd rather have him on the ice than some of these new guys.
Yeah.
But I think, when you played, there was when you knew the ref coming in, and we've had Kerry Fraser on and Coho, Stewie, you knew what you were getting with them.
Yeah.
You knew the game they called because they weren't. It wasn't because they were in the league so long. They worked their way up and built an identity.
Sure.
And a standard that they were comfortable with. So when they came in the league, they had that already. So everyone identified right away what kind of game Bill McCreary was going to call. Mm-hmm. Now you got guys who just get thrown in. They don't have that identity yet. They don't have that established. And again, it's not about being in the NHL for a long period of time, although that helps. It's coming into the league with that, personality, that presence, all those things that make a ref good. And I don't think it's there with these new guys because they get thrown right in.
Well, it's like a comic that starts headlining too early. Like, he might be funny, but he doesn't know how to carry a show of that magnitude.
Right.
Here's a perspective.
A little word about our sponsor, Townsend Hockey. At Townsend Hockey, they don't just build hockey players. They build great people with discipline, respect, and leadership. On the ice and off, they train character. They grow confidence, and they inspire a lifelong love of the game. Because at Townsend Hockey, it's not just about the scoreboard. It's about who you become. They build teammates, leaders, young people with heart, grit, and integrity because they know that the lessons learned on the ice, discipline, respect, resilience, are the same ones that shape strong character for life. At Townsend Hockey, they don't just develop great hockey players, they develop great people. Townsend Hockey, join them and become more than just a player, become your best self. Townsend Hockey, practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. Find out more from townsendhockey.com. And Graham Townsend, one of our favorites. Check out Townsend Hockey.
Think of all the young guys that go from juniors or college right in the NHL, right?
Yep.
And then you don't think they're not in the minors learning how these refs call things and manage the game. Because that might be part of it too. Because I think of Stewie, when Stewie's in the league and there was a scrum and two guys were playing fuck, grab ass. And he's like, all right, have at it, boys. Right. I'm not getting between you. Right. And they'd be like, whoa, I'm good. And then they don't fight. It's like, he's like, told you guys you won't go.
Right,
it's like you knew what Stu was going to let you get away with. And now it's just like it's not, the consistency isn't there, right? And you don't know what the refs are going to call and what they're not going to call. So I don't know. There's a lot of variables that go into it, but I think you guys are spot on with what you're saying.
Yeah. Now, what was your relationship with refs like?
So that's, I guess I wonder about that now because I feel like I would always go to the sheet, and after being in the league for a while, you get to know the refs' names. But if I didn't know their names, you'd always go look at their first name. You'd be, hey, Johnny, help me out on that ice and call, man. I couldn't hear you, so I know the guy's going to put me through the glass, or if I got time to make a play, right?
Right.
And if you talk to guys or even refs, if it was a bad call, be like, hey, fuck you, Coho. And then he'd be like, oh, fuck you, Alberts. And next year, he'd be like, hey, Coho, sorry for yelling at you, man. He's like, no, thanks, man. So, as long as you have that back and forth relationship of understanding each other, you're fine. I mean, they're all a little bit different, too. Some guys, some of the French refs you can't talk to because they just fire back.
I love how quiet
Sasufi tabernacle. That's all I knew. That's all I knew when I was reffing the Coast League. The French guys would come over and I go,
yeah, some of you can't even talk to them. They just, I'm like, dude, I just want explain to me why it was a penalty. Right?
Well, the French typically just, retreat. Yeah. That's why they're so aggressive at first because they're afraid that you're going to actually go after them.
But even Timmy Peel, he'd be like, "Fuck you, Alberts," all the time. And one time I'm like, Peeler, why are you always mad at me? He's like, you cursed me 3 years ago in Montreal. I'm like, that wasn't me. I don't yell at you. He's like, it wasn't you? I'm like, no. And then after that, he's like, Alby, what's going on, man? Hey, next time, Alby, let him go. Right. They'll talk to you when you get to the line before you cross it. So I think a relationship and communication definitely helps out. I mean, if I'm talking to you, hey, Johnny, or whatever, Mark, look out, I'm going up the glass. If I'm you don't want to get hit.
No.
So just like talking to your teammates. It's never going to hurt you,
No.
especially centermen. Like our centermen, any team you're on, they always know the linesman's name.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, hey, how are you going to drop the puck? Or like, let's get whatever you want to say to them. Like, you just want it to be fair and communicate.
Right.
So
yeah, Von Rody talked about that, and Derek and Mel, we had both of them on.
Yeah.
20-plus year careers, both of them. And they talked about that, like that rapport with the centers was important. And if the center was a dick, good luck.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
they learned quick not to fuck with linesmen because,
they hold power.
They
kick you out. Like, your skate's on the line.
Yep.
Beat
See
it.
you later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That happens. And I think, for me, from a referee standpoint, that rapport you build is more important than the calls you make. Mm-hmm. Honestly, because if I have a rapport with you and I fuck up and call a bad trip on you, yeah, you might yell at me in the moment. But if I say, hey, Alby, that was a terrible call, now you're not going to go and motherfuck me to your teammates. And, and that, especially the veteran guys,
Right.
Those are key. Like I remember when I was in the East Coast League, those veteran guys would stand up for me. Mm-hmm. If I messed up, they'd be like, hey, he'll fucking make it up. Don't worry about it, And so that's why that communication piece is so important. But I think it goes back to, you take a guy and put him right in the NHL, egos are involved, right?
Yeah, totally.
And now he thinks, fucking, Gino dealt with it in the American League with some guys that were coming up. And Gino was reffing for how many years, and none of them wanted to hear anything.
Yeah.
None of them want to get helped. Not all of them, but, and it's just, it's. Did you have a favorite ref that you like dealing with?
Kelly was always good to me.
Yep.
Wes was always fair. There's a guy named Kevin. I can't remember his last name.
Pollock?
Kevin Pollock was awesome. I liked him. Like I had no problem. Van Hoosen was
All right,
it Van Hoosen?
this episode's over.
I like the guys that talk to you when you're in a battle.
Yeah.
And they let you know like one more punch to the back of the head is going to put you in the box.
Right.
But like I never got suspended, which is a surprise. Looking back at some of the hits I had.
Yeah, you played physical.
But like the refs were always pretty good.
Yeah.
But it was a different era.
Right.
But the one thing I was going to mention though is for refs coming up, and I'm interested on your perspective of this, but there's still a lot of like fake like embellishment going on in NHL.
Oh, yeah.
Which I can't stand, right?
Yep.
And so as a player, you're trying to draw a penalty, but on the opposite end, I'm trying to trick you.
Yeah.
And like that's like complete disrespect for
100%.
you. So if I was a ref and I saw it, I'd be like, fuck, get in the box, buddy. And next time, like you're not getting the benefit of the doubt in the next call.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And so when you see young guys doing that, it's like no, like this is gonna stop. Get your ass in the box. Like I would hate that if I were you.
You see it a lot in college now, and I think I'd hate to say it's a society that they grow up in, but it's like that. I'll bring him up again, LeBron. He's a guy that's
here we
fucking.
go.
Oh my God.
I can't stand it. He's a pussy, and he gets bumped, and he goes down, and that's kind of like
Doesn't even get bumped.
doesn't even get bumped, and he goes down.
Why? Like you're
Because he's a pussy.
best in the world.
I've said it before in this podcast. I'll say it again. LeBron, I can't stand the way he plays. If you want to be considered the best ever, you can't play like that. I'm sorry, but you can't play like that. And when you look and translate it to hockey, the greats never did that. Gretzky never did that. Orr never did that. Not that diving was really a thing back then, but Lemieux, McDavid. These guys don't do that. Eichel. You don't see them diving. They skate through. If they get taken down, they get taken down.
Right.
But it is more prevalent, and it does piss refs off. And now, like back in the day, if someone hooked someone and they dove, I just didn't call anything.
Or both of them, maybe.
I never liked that. Wasn't a thing back in the day. It was you'd rather just say "fuck you." You're not getting the hook, right? Yeah. Now they want you to call both, or if there's embellishment, call just that.
Yeah.
I don't understand the calling both because it's either it is tripping or it's not. It's either he was faking or.
Yeah, but like Mark could like trip me, and then I kind of like flare my
you
feet
gave it
up just to
extra.
like give it the extra, right? Or you get nicked with a high stick and you throw your head back,
right?
Yeah. And then the argument is it's gamesmanship, right? Well, if I can get a power play in the playoffs,
right,
and we win, like
Yep.
suck on that. But next game, or you're not reffing the next game, but the game after that, if you're reffing,
Yeah.
like that's
Oh,
up
yeah.
there. You remember that.
And refs, I mean, they do talk to each other.
Yeah.
Right? So you know who Gino talks about it all the time. Like the refs, and he does Atlantic Hockey America conference. All his refs know who the ones that are the kids who dive.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're aware of that when the kid's getting hooked. And I used to think that way. It's either a hook or a dive.
Yeah.
But there can be a legitimate hook. And then the guy embellishes it and makes it look worse.
Right.
So that can happen.
Yeah.
And now they want you to call both. Back in the day, it was like, dude, sorry, this isn't the pool.
Do you remember after the 05 lockout, they added a diving list or an embellishment list that would be sent out to every team?
Yes.
And so you'd see the guys that are on the list every month or every week or something. I think they got rid of it, but
And who would want to be on that list?
that was the idea.
Like,
right?
like you don't want to be on that
Yeah.
list. Like no one wants to be on that list. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Now, I want to bring it up, and it might be a tough thing to remember, but that hit you took from Scott Hartnell, you were a carcass on the ice. That had to be fucking scary.
You're talking the Hartnell hit or the other one?
The Hartnell hit. When he got you along the board, you were down to play the puck.
Yeah.
I mean, that was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good. So what ended up happening is on my knees, like my temple was with the dasher, right? And so that's what happened. So my helmet got squeezed. Excuse me. And so when I got hit, like looking at the play now, I'm kind of like, what the fuck was I doing? Right? Like, not that was like what am I doing? Like, why am I on one end? I'm like, I'm just trying to push that puck forward, but like, I also have to know who's on the ice. I should know who's on the ice, but also like, I don't know. It's you're taking somebody's head and they're ramming against the board. So, I was out like 40 games with that, and then I had lingering, concussion issues for the next like year and a half. And so it was a long recovery. Ended up getting traded to Philly, and so
You ended up playing with him.
yeah. So
How's that first conversation?
well, so here's how it goes. So I'm in the middle of practice, and I got sat. I got healthy scratch like the first 2 games of the season because like I was still having issues. Had a rough camp, having headaches, dizziness, and they're like, no, you're fine. Like you're fine. And I'm like, this is before Crosby had his concussion.
Right.
And once Crosby had his concussion, like the spotlight was put on concussions, better treatment, more doctors available, different treatment methods. So this is before that. So like, yeah, just go home and relax for a day or two and come back. It's like okay, but my contract's up the next year. I need to play.
Right.
And so I guess the consequences weren't as clear, if you will.
Right.
So anyways, in practice, going up and down the ice, like I'm playing fuck you hockey where I just don't give a shit, like whacking or like hitting everybody, and Claude's like, I was going up the ice in a drill. I had made a breakout pass going up the ice, and Claude's like, Alby, oh, fuck, what'd I do this time? And he's like, gotta get off the ice. You just got traded. And I'm like, all right. So drill's still going on up and down the ice.
That was right.
I go grab my extra
During
stick.
practice?
Yeah, I go grab my extra stick, and I just like slowly go across the ice, like right in the middle of the drill, because I didn't give a fuck. I was so like done with
It's
this.
fucking nuts. You get traded during practice.
Yeah, so I get off the ice, and when you get off the ice, I was at Rastusha, and one of the equipment managers, Matt Falconer, who's still there.
Yep.
He's just a young guy, like great dude, loved him. He's like, hey, Alby, like we were buddies. Like he's like, sorry, I gotta stay with you the whole time. And I'm like, what am I gonna steal? Like he's like, I don't know, it's just like rules. So he watched me like take my equipment off. Like he had to take the extra jersey and the socks and make sure I didn't take anything. Like went to the shower, made sure like I didn't take. I'm like,
Take your towel.
Look at my taste. And I didn't know if this is like protocol for the Bruins or protocol for the league.
Yeah.
And so anyways, he calls me a cab. I get in the cab. I go home. And I get a call, or on the way home, I don't know where I've been traded yet.
Oh, you didn't even know?
I didn't even know. So no,
Holy.
Claude's like, you got traded. And I'm like, where am I getting traded? He's like, Maddie didn't know. Nobody knew. So I get in the cab, and I call my agent. I'm like, hey, where am I getting traded? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, like, how am I getting traded? Nobody knows. He's like, well, it hasn't gone through the registry yet. Like, we're just not sure. So I'm like, okay. So he's like, just go home and pack. So I go home and I pack, and I finally get a call. He's like, hey, you've been traded to Philly. It's noon right now. They're playing at 5. They want you to play tonight. I'm like, all right. So I like throw 2 suits in a bag, go to the airport. I get there at like 5:15ish, and so the taxi from the airport drops me off the back door, and I'm trying to get in the door, but it's locked for the rink. And, and like,
They didn't know you were coming?
didn't know I was coming. I don't know. And so a guy parks and he starts walking up to the door, and it's Bobby Clark. And like he had a hat on or something. I just didn't put it together, right?
Right.
And he sticks his hand out, and I think he's missing like the nub of one of the fingers. And he's like, Bobby Clark, and I'm like, Bobby Clark, like the Bobby Clark, like that's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
He's like, let me get you in. I'm like, all right. So I go in the next door, unlocks the next door. I go in the locker room, and it's a long locker room, and there's like the dressing or the dry dressing area, and then the main locker room, and then the ice is over here, and all the equipment stuff's over here. And I'm going down the dressing room to go to the dry area to grab a trainer, grab clothes, whatever it needs to be, because I'm kind of in a rush. And sure as shit, Hartnell's coming walking right at me, like just by chance. So the first guy I see is the guy that put me out for a year and a half. And he's like, sorry. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what do you do? Do you be pissed at your new teammate?
Right.
Like, you kind of just like, hey, swallow your pride. Like, hey, man, like, it is what it is. Like, he's like, welcome to the team, man. Sorry about it. Like, didn't mean to hurt you there. And that was it. But like, it was that moment. I'm like, well, I've really gotten traded. I'm in Philly. Like, it was a weird situation, right?
Yeah.
So, but I ended up not playing that game just because it's too much of a rush to get. And then again, my jersey wasn't ready and a bunch of other stuff. So it actually worked out, like not having to try to play a game after flying and everything else. So, but yeah, that's how I got traded to Philly and saw Hartnell for the first time. He's actually a really good dude.
Yeah.
It was good to me after that. We actually had a really good team, a lot of young guys. I mean, they had Lupul, Upshaw, Hartnell, Richards, Carter. And then went to the final, or so that year we lost in the first round or second round to Pitt, first round. The next year they went to the finals, and lost. And then they got rid of everybody. It was weird.
Yeah.
So
That is wild, though, meeting the guy that put you out. Because that hit, like, he didn't have to follow through with that. That was kind of the shitty thing,
that's
but
that's the way he played, though.
He
right?
played on the edge. And he was one of those guys, like, he'd do something like that, but he wasn't. I wouldn't put him in the Matt Cook, Ophi Samuelson, Claude Lemieux category.
No, he played on the edge,
Yeah.
I would say. Like, but he's the guy, like, you love on your team and you hate to play against him because he's a fucking dog.
Right,
Just
right.
goes,
That hair was epic.
And his hair was awesome.
Those
it was
curly
disgusting.
locks.
It was disgusting. It was so gross.
It was.
But he was really good to me. So
Yeah.
I get no.
No, he
complaints.
was a guy that if he was on the Bruins,
We'd love him.
we'd love him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like if Claude Lemieux was on the Bruins, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking might not watch. I mean, a Matt Cook, like those guys were just fucking scumbags. And they might be nice guys off the ice.
Claude
I don't
Lemieux.
know.
I was picturing Claude Giroux. And I was like,
no,
why
no,
would you
no.
not watch
I
Claude
like
Giroux?
Claude Giroux. He had one of the pigeon chirps.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
he had the
that's Claude Giroux.
The main thing I keep wondering is why couldn't they wait for like 20 minutes for practice to be over to tell you? Why'd they have to make you do the skate of shame?
So the idea is that they don't want you to get hurt.
Oh,
So
okay.
say we
That
did
could kill
drill
the
and
deal.
then I get hurt. Well, we don't want damaged goods,
Yeah.
So that's why, like, if players get traded or are going to be traded as you get towards the deadline, they don't play them in games, right? Or even practice. They're like, hey, just go home for 2 days. Like Marshy, I think, went home for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
too, 'cause he was
Well, because if
skating.
you don't, then you lose a finger like Bobby Clark. So it's,
Yeah.
Bring up Marchand. What do you think of that trade?
Beautiful trade for Florida.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
I honestly think he's the reason why they won the cup, and not for all the production he had. He allowed Tkachuk not to have to play a ton.
Yeah.
And Tkachuk was still kind of injured, and that took all that pressure off. In prior playoffs, Tkachuk played a ton.
Yeah.
Took that pressure off.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he was. Obviously there was other reasons. Barkov, Bob in that. But I think he was a crucial piece to that.
I mean, it's a hell of an ad. I think, just to go back to your question, I look at how much of a momentum change it was from going from one part of the spectrum with the Bruins,
right,
to what happened in Florida, right? So it's like Florida gets this huge boost. They get it for a potential first-round pick and a bag of pucks, whatever came back the other way. I don't think it was much.
No.
But you think of what the Bruins lost, and it's not just points on the ice. Mm-hmm. It's the culture of the locker room, which it's a different culture now. I don't have, obviously I'm not in the locker room, so I don't know. Right. But he was kind of like the last guard of the Bergie, the Chara, like that group, right? That had an edge and played a certain way. And like, if you have young guys, like, who do you want them to follow coming up?
Exactly.
No offense to like the McAvoys and the Pastas, right? But he is a perfect example of like, you work your bag off.
Yep.
You start on the fourth line, not even. You work your way up to the third line. You refine your skills. You move up to the second line, and now he's getting 80, 90 points a year at the top of his game. Maybe he's down to 60, 70 now, but still contributes 200 feet, which you want any young player to see that and want to be like that.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that none of the guys in the Bruins are doing that now.
Right.
I don't have insight on the locker room and the culture, but like that is a huge piece to just up and give away.
Yeah.
When he went and performed the way he did in the playoffs, and you're like, he could have been Conn Smythe.
Bruce Cassidy talked about him a couple episodes ago, about how he was the guy that, he was just everything you want in a hockey player, right? And he was in Providence, came up through the system. And I think it goes back to, like you mentioned, young players following a player. Not everyone can do what Pasta can do. Right. He's, 100% talent scoring, but a Marchand works his ass off, can skate, does all those things. So if you might not be able to do everything he can do, but just the work ethic alone, not to say Pasta doesn't work, but it's like that talent level he has. Like, no one's going to try to be McDavid. Right. But you're going to try to be a guy like him, or Bergeron, one of those guys that has the talent, but also the work, it's just that kind of, I don't know.
The variable that he possesses that is, well, there's an intangible one, and then there's the work ethic one. But the intangible is like his compete and work ethic, right?
Yeah.
But like on top of that, like when I see Marchand and I think of him as what he provides, like, is there a better player in the league that can possess the puck and his board play within 10 feet of the boards? He's got a stick that's bigger than him, so he's got a great reach, but he possesses the puck, he uses his feet, he protects the puck really well, and then he distributes. Like, I just think he's probably one of the best in the league that's been able to do that for the last 10 years. And that's a skill. That's working on that. Board play, what do they say, like 84% or 80% of the game is played on the boards. Like, wingers, get on the board, start doing some work, right? D, get behind the net, start doing some work, right? That's things you can work on, right? So if you're elite in that level, like, the rest of your game will just keep coming, right? But it's a skill that nobody wants to go practice,
But on top of all that, he must be like such a big morale booster too for the locker room.
Sure.
Like, just everybody is probably just like, even just passing him in the hallway when I was covering the Bruins for EEI, like, he would just him talking. I don't even know what he would be saying, and I'd walk away being like, I'd be smiling, being like, I'd play with him. So, who was the guy that like you played with that was kind of like that was like brought the whole, like, it was like noticeable, like, this room wouldn't be where we're at without that guy?
I was really lucky because, like, if I go to my career, I played 4 different teams, right? The Bruins, Flyers, Carolina, and Van, and every team you can kind of pick out a different guy that's like that. I look at early in my career, like my first year, Bruins development's like, see that tall guy, Skillsy over there, Hal Gill, Skillsy.
Oh yeah.
Like, just do what he does. I'm like, that's it. Like, yeah, just do what he does. I'm like, all right, there's some things I want to change, but I probably shouldn't have, because he won a bunch of cups, played over 1,000 games, right? And Skillsy's great. Like, he was my mentor for a year, right? But then we also had Brian Leach, and like Brian Leach comes in the locker room, like you're like, I'm sitting next to Brian Leach, and now I'm on the ice passing, like, this is crazy because like I grew up watching him, right, and watching him win the cup in '94. So Leachy was that guy that had that aura around him, right?
Yep.
And at that time, like Bergie was young; he was only 19. And there were some veteran guys, but no really. Tom Fitzgerald was there. He's GM in Jersey now. He was a real good veteran presence. He played all over. He'd won. But then the next year, Z came in, right?
Right.
And that was, Z's, imposing figure, but also like demands respect in a way that not so much that you give it to him, but you show it for your teammates.
Right.
And Bergie bought into that, right? So like those two were big, obviously. And I had to play with Z for a year and a half as a partner, and that helped me out a ton.
Yeah.
Before I got hurt. So that was huge. And then I got traded to Philly, and not so much the same, I guess, I don't know, for lack of a better phrase, like that aura around players, like a Z that, like he's going to work his bag off and he's not going to get beat. He's not going to be denied. Where Richards and Carter were kind of like these young up-and-comers who were 18 and 19. I think Richie was captain at 19. So like a young team, right, where these first-round picks, young players providing a huge spark for organization and a rebuild. And it was more just like excitement and enthusiasm,
right,
as opposed to like them holding people accountable. Because he was still growing as a leader, trying to figure out how to lead guys that are 35 when he's 19, right? So very different. And then moved to Carolina, he had Rod Brendamore, who didn't say much, but when he talked, you'd listen, right?
Yeah.
And that was a really unique year. Actually, I'll tell you about one of the weirdest things that ever happened to me in all my years is that year, they went to the conference finals the year prior, lost to the Bruins, I think.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. They beat the Bruins to go to the conference finals in 2009, was it? I think.
That sounds about right.
And so the expectations for that next year were huge. We're like, all right, we picked up a couple guys. We're going to go make our way back, hopefully to the finals this year. But the year we started off shitty. We're like 2-12. Like, wasn't working. And so, like, at this point, I'm like, get me the fuck out of here by trade deadline. It wasn't the right fit for me. And,
right.
But anyway, so we're getting like past February, and Roddy just wasn't playing top of his game, and Eric Stahl, just keeps climbing the mountain, right? Like taking over 100-point seasons, 90-point seasons. And so Rutherford calls a meeting. We all come in to the locker room. He's like, hey guys, just want to make an announcement. And I think like a bunch of the older guys knew what was happening, and a couple like the other half were just like, all right, what's going on? He's like, yeah, we're going to trade captains. Roddy's going to give up the captaincy to Eric Stahl. And, like, Roddy's just sitting in his stall. It's not like he was up there, like, saying, hey, I'm going to hand off the reins to Stahlsy or anything. And Roddy's in a stall. And then Stahlsy just gets up, grabs the jersey, and all the guys are clapping and, saying hi to him. And then, like, that was it. And it was just, like, the weirdest room with, like, Roddy sitting right there, now being demoted, with Stahlsy getting the captaincy, and it was just an awkward situation, right? Yeah. Like middle of the year,
yeah.
Like why not wait till after the season or something when we're having a shitty year anyways? So,
right.
Just a very unique situation. But then got traded, went to Van, and then in Van, great team, great environment. It was the Twins, the Sedins are awesome. Yeah. I know you guys don't love them out here in Boston, but like I'd never seen that part of the game, like the mental strategy, be implemented so well by two different players that work so well together.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was like Gretzky and Messer, Curry. Yeah, Curry. Yeah. Thank you. But just them working off each other and finding plays and finding Burrows, like and then off the ice, like their work ethic was second to none, and two of the best people you'll ever meet in your life. Like just the nicest guys, do anything for you.
They could have went pro in soccer, right? I've heard they were
probably
good,
they were big
soccer.
Big soccer guys for sure. But just like simple, like down to earth, like not a shred of like no nothing ever bad, never said a bad thing, right. Just awesome people. Whatever they can do to make the team better. And we had a good group there with Burrows, Bieksa, Hamuse, all those guys. Lou was there, obviously Schneids.
I love Bieksa.
He's
loved
a
his
beauty,
game.
man. Yeah.
Like the way he played. When he became a free agent, I was hoping the Bruins got him.
Oh, he'd be
Because
great.
He was just a beast, you know. And the Sedins, it's funny because you hated him because they played for Vancouver.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they weren't the type of guys that you hated because you just didn't like them, right? Like it's like PK Subban. I hated him because he played for Montreal. You know, I hated Ovechkin because he played for Washington.
Yeah.
But as a hockey fan, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And you love watching them if they're playing someone else, you know, as a Bruins fan. And Burrows, it's funny, like he's that type of guy that on another team you fucking hate, but on your team you love.
He's your Marchand.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And so I know, I hate to bring it up, but you guys lost to the Bruins in 2011. You know, what was that like being that close to winning a cup and not winning it? And I know.
No. It's,
You can tell me to go fuck myself.
I'm reminded every day I see the Bruins logo. No, it's been 15 years now, and obviously time helps. But like you always remember how close you were. But when you go back to that series, and you look at the team coming from the West, like won the President's Trophy, we could play the physical game. We could outscore you. We could shut you down. Whatever it was, like we had everything.
Right.
And you look at the Bruins, and they go to did they go to 7 games in almost every round?
Every round.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Except for the
Except for
Philly.
Philly.
Okay.
Yeah,
They
swept
swept.
Philly.
Yeah.
Because that was the year before they lost to Philly in Game
Yeah.
7. But that was the year they beat Toronto and came back in Game 7. Wasn't that the year they came back?
the Bergeron one?
Yeah.
No, that was 2013.
Oh, that was against
Yeah.
Chicago. Oh, well, no, I mean, they played Chicago in the
Yeah.
in the cup, but they
lost
so that
that
was.
year. It
But
feels
yeah,
like
I think
they
they
won.
did go to 7 games
Okay.
in every series that year.
So we went 7, and we beat Chicago, which we hadn't beaten in like 4 years. So that was like, all right, we're over the hump now. We get going, and we took Nashville in 6, San Jose in 5, and like our power play just kept getting better and better. I think we were at like 43% or something crazy. And so we're coming in feeling confident, and we see the Bruins like grinding away, right?
Yeah.
Grinding away. So 2 very different teams where the Bruins are going to beat the shit out of you and just keep coming at you and wave over wave, pound you down until you can't play. That's kind of like how we saw it. And so they came out to Van. First game was close. There's a lot of feeling out process the first game because you're trying to figure out how each team's going to play. With your changes, you're matching up lines. It's obviously easier being at home. Matching
Right.
lines and whatnot. And then we lose Hamuse when he hit Luch in the first game, tore his groin off the bone, so he was like done for the year. So our top number 1 defenseman, top 2, I guess, done for the year. And so then I came in the second game. I think we played again. I forget the score. It was a 2-1 maybe. They're all tight in Van. I think they were all 1-goal games. So you're up 2-0, feeling good about your game. I think we won the second one in overtime, maybe. Yeah, Burrow scoring overtime. So again, tight game. So Boston probably feeling decent about the game, just didn't get the breaks. And then we go to Boston, and I mean, this place, the Garden's a shit show, right? Like, I mean, just
Is there any other better fans to play in front of?
I don't know. I still think Montreal is the best building to play in.
Not built, but fans.
Well,
Fan-wise, because you played for 4 different teams.
Well, it's like for a home team, yeah, they're great. But if you're on the
Right.
road, like
They suck.
it's like
Yeah, we're not.
words you don't want to repeat coming at you,
Especially when it
walking
was
down
still
the
the yellow
tunnel.
seats.
Yeah.
And like the way they treated our wives and our families is just pretty disgusting. Actually,
We're not proud of that.
like it was bad.
Yeah, I honestly don't like that shit.
Yeah.
I don't mind us being terrible to the team and the players and the
Yeah.
goalies and
Yeah, but
getting
when you
on
bring
them.
it to
That's-
real
But when you
life,
do
yeah.
that shit, that gives Boston a bad name. I
Yeah.
don't like that. I really don't like that.
So we came into Boston, and they call it, they inserted Authority in the lineup. Like, all right, well, Authority did his job. The fourth line, like, they beat the shit out of us. Like, literally put us through the glass. Like, we had no we had no bounce back. Second game, I think it was better. I think we lost 4-1 or whatever it might be. So, and then it's like the media stuff starts. The alleged bited finger of of Bergeron. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
That's a Vancouver guy right there. A legend.
There's no blood.
That was a
no
chop.
bite marks.
That was a job.
And then the games aren't managed the same way in Boston as they're managed, which we talk about managing the game. And I think Shirley came in the media before game 3 and 4 saying, we're not getting power plays. And so you get, there is media pressure. Like,
Right.
there's conversations, I'm sure that happen. But like, give Boston all the credit. We're like, all right, 2-2, going back to Van. Like, we got this. Like, play our game at home, tight game again. We win. Now we're excited. Like, we're going out to Boston again. And there was something came up with like Lou and Timmy talking about preparing for games. Do you remember this?
Yeah, the whole pump your tires thing?
Yeah,
because
Timmy's like, it's not my
right.
job, or maybe Lou said it's not my job to pump Timmy's tires or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
yeah, like
That's what it was. Yeah.
But there's more shit in the media going on, and then
Yeah.
it came out that like Lou goes for walks, instead of taking a pregame nap. So then we had people chasing Lou down before the game,
I think there was the whole thing saying that Vancouver already had the parade planned.
yeah, they said we had the parade plan,
Yeah.
and then
That's right.
And then this came out years later, but like Z was saying they saw us pretending to lift the cup before game 6, like
Which was bullshit.
so
right?
it went from him seeing it to then hearing about it to then somebody had told him, and it's like, first of all, you're disrespecting like our team and like
Right.
elite players that are potential Hall of Famers, like saying the Sedins were lifting, like no, like not gonna happen. Like nobody in the right mind would do that.
I heard you guys were sizing your rings.
Yeah, but
None of it's true.
I made that up.
but if it was some trainer, someone's making it up, like
Right.
whatever you need, right?
Right.
So we go into Boston. I forget what the score was.
And the cup's in the building,
Cups in the building.
which is got to be
and
a
it's-
little pressure. Too.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's pressure. It's like, all right, well, trying to get your wife figured out or your family to fly out there and family coming down. And like it's just like noise that you don't fucking need.
Right.
Lose that game. It's like, all right, well, we still felt confident going into game 7. But then it's like more of that shit. Like, hey, I'm flying into town, this and that, hotels. And it's like the games are like back to back to back. I think there might have been a travel day, but maybe not game 7. I can't remember. And then game 7, like, I think we played the first period, we were buzzing. And Timmy was just, we couldn't get it by him. Like, I think he made 10, 12 stops the first period. Like,
Yeah. That run he had was
Yeah.
like not. I don't think we'll ever see that.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't score, so then, then they get a break towards the end of the first. I think either Bergie on a breakaway or something that like I think he slid into Lou and the puck went in, and
Yep.
it's like fuck. So then you're down 1 and he outplayed him, and then things kind of snowballed the rest of the game.
Yep.
A couple breakdowns, and we had no pushback when it came to the third. We were decimated by injuries. I think we were missing our whole third line at that point, and guys playing with. I mean, guys are so injured anyways, both sides.
Right.
But it's just so it was tough to watch, obviously, and you want to go back to it. But looking back now, you look at the positives that came from it, the experience, the journey, if you will. Like
Yep.
you look at the journey and you see how hard it takes or what it takes to get there,
Right.
and what guys go through and what they sacrifice, and you start to respect more of it. And it's not just the guys on the ice; it's the trainers, it's their families, it's their wives, their kids, your GMs, the assistant GMs, the scouts. Like it's all a big family pushing, right? So
Right.
It's it's a tough outcome, but you got to take the positives from it and the experience that it was, and feel pretty fortunate. So.
Right.
I mean, not many people get to say they played in the Stanley Cup Finals, and
Yeah.
you get to say that, and you get to say you played in front of Whitey Bulger. He was at that game, wasn't he?
I did not know that.
He was at that game.
What was he wearing?
I don't know. I just
A
heard that he was.
disguise.
Oh, I hope so.
They were looking
Right?
for him, but he was going to Game 7 in Vancouver.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
You've obviously played for multiple coaches. Who is your coach that you would recommend playing for? I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
That's
the
it's a
best
great
coach.
question. No, it's a great question.
It's tough because the best coach might not be the favorite coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
So I played for some freaking great coaches.
Yeah.
On paper and in person.
Yep.
And no disrespect to any of them, but like if I'll go back to college first. So, like Jerry York.
Yeah.
And under Jerry York, Scott Pollock was my D coach. Ron Ralston, and then Greg Brown, who's there right now.
Yep.
Kavanaugh, who's over at UConn. So college was great. And then my first year, I had Mike Sullivan, Stanley Cup winner, multi-cup winner. And then I had Dave Lewis, who won all the cups with the Red Wings before he came over to us. And then he had Claude, who won a cup with the Bruins, obviously. And then I get traded and have John Stevens in Philly, a young coach, when he won a cup with both the cups with LA.
Right.
And then I go to Carolina, and I have Paul Maurice as a coach. It's a fucking beauty, man. Just the best pregame speeches ever.
Really?
With Jim Rutherford, who is GM, who was a legend in the game. And then I get traded to Van with Elaine Vigneault. I don't think he ever won a cup. Rick Bonas, hell of a coach, just retired. Yeah. He was instrumental in helping me out too. But when you go back to all of them, as much as I guess like the accolades that the pro coaches have, I always revert back to like my high school coaches, like and what development got me to what the NHL was.
Right.
So not to dodge your question, but I think of like the Jack Blatherwicks who helped me with my off ice training and on ice skating, that helped me develop into like an efficient hockey player who knew how to access power and build power in my skating edges and that part of the game. And then Ken Pauley, who put me in different situations in high school to learn about the power play, penalty kill, and just like absorb it all in, right? And then you go to juniors in
Waterloo Blackhawks.
Waterloo.
Who was your coach in Waterloo?
So I had Scott Koborinsky, he played at North Dakota.
Okay.
And then I had Scott Pionk my first year, I had nothing good to say about that guy.
Yeah. Well, because you were there right after I reffed there.
Yeah. So you must have been.
I reffed in 85, 86.
Yeah.
Was my 1 year there.
Wait.
And you came in, 96. What the fuck am I saying?
Well, I came in
96.
2000.
Yeah,
so
you came in like
you,
three. Yeah, you just missed me.
Yeah.
Because Waterloo, so I got the best sweatshirt from the fans there. I got like, how you connect with fans, right?
Yeah.
I connected with this group that always had like, fuck you ref signs and shit, right? And we hit it off. They gave me a sweatshirt that said Waterloo Blackhawks on the front, and on the back was a referee with his head up his ass. It was the best sweat, and I don't know where. I lost it somewhere in the moves and whatnot. Best sweatshirt ever. Scott Brand was the GM.
Okay.
Who, fuck him. Seriously, him and I did not get along, and he apparently said something about me when I got hired by the NHL, and
they
were he was one of the guys they quoted.
We're getting to the bottom.
I'm not a fan of his, but I always loved going there because it was such
loud.
The fans.
Yeah, fans.
They were all banged out every night. That
all
was
they did.
a great building. Well, what else was there?
Yeah.
Right? Fucking Waterloo, Iowa. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So then I go to college, and then I have Jerry, who is a master of culture, if you will.
Yeah.
Like X's and O's, like obviously he's seen it and knows it, but like he kind of he's like assistants, like you do that, and I'm gonna keep the team a team, and I'm gonna bring in this young guy and show him our culture and build him up, and so that's what I see Jerry is just a master of culture in a way that, I mean, he was there for how many years, and think of trying to relate to a 17 or 18-year-old kid coming in when you're however old he was, 60 by the end of it or 70 by the end of it, like being able to do that and still stay, able to communicate with them in a way that they get and understand, and you can bring them into the fold. Right. So that development there was like second to none. Getting bigger, stronger. I was there for 4 years. I had 2 different D coaches, which is great. Actually, 3 different D coaches. So I got a little bit of everything through Pooch. And then Ralston was big, so I was there for 2 years, and he got me more offensive. And then Brownie was like, just go out every shift, keep doing what you're doing. And so those guys were great. And then they go to the NHL, and I think you pick up a lot from the players you play with, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like
Oh, yeah.
played with Leachy my first year, and like just like little tricks, angles to take or stick positions, and then played with Z, and like Z was great because like it's about understanding different forwards and their tendencies and how you're going to play them, because it's that cat and mouse game all the time.
Right.
And then moving to Philly, playing for John Stevens, he was the first coach. I was like, hey, like, what'd you do on your off day? How you doing? And I'm like, you talking to me? Like, because the other coaches didn't give a shit.
Right.
Like, they don't talk to you. And now it's like those young guys people started to relate with players now. They want to, they know more about the player. Like, they're your asset. Like, you should want to get to know them. What gets them going?
Bruce Cassidy talked about that.
I was just going to say, Bruce was just
a lot
talking
about
I mean,
that, about how you have to get to know
it's
your
so
player
different
now.
Where my first couple years was like, they'd kick you in the back. It was your time to go. They wouldn't be like, Alby, go. They'd just be like, go. Or like, hey, go grab some bench,
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, guess I'm not playing. Like, you don't know where you stand. Like, at practice, am I playing next game? They don't tell you anything why they sat you. So it's very different. And then Paul Maurice, he was good to me in Carolina. I forget the other guy's name I was with there because we didn't see eye to eye, it was good to move on. And then Rick Bonus in Van was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, just
Never heard a bad thing about him.
first thing he did, I got traded, and he called me. He's like, hey, when you get in, give me a buzz. I'm like, all right. And he's like, meet me in the lobby. I'm like, all right. We go down to the lobby. He's like, let's go get a couple beers. And I'm like, sweet. Like,
You setting me up?
yeah, that's what I thought. And it's the day before a game, and we're having we have 2 beers. He's like, should we have one more? And we're just talking hockey. He's like, he just wants to know about me.
Right.
Like, doesn't care about hockey. He's like, and at the time, I'm just like, I don't know I'm like, this is great. And then I listened to him on a podcast, or maybe he was with, I forget who he's with. He might have been on air, and he was talking about his relationship with Hedman. And I didn't put this together because I'm an idiot. But he's like, for me to relate to Hedman as a young guy coming to the league as a first rounder, I had to get him to trust me. He goes, when I can get a player to trust me, then we can communicate on equal level, right?
Right.
And I think that's all he was trying to do is like, hey, like, let me grab a beer with the new guy, get him to understand, hey, this is where I'm coming from. Let me know more about you so that we can communicate better. And then I'll trust him with what he's telling me, as opposed to just some coach thinking he knows it all. So it's really a smart thing to do looking back now, and that helped our relationship. But he was able to talk to me, like, he could yell at me, and I'd be like, yeah, this fucking sucks. And the next day he'd be like, hey, I was just yelling at you because I want you to be better at doing this or knowing that or learning to do this the right way.
Right.
So it wasn't like me taking it to heart and be like, fuck you, because I did do that to some coaches because they were assholes, right?
Right.
So it's just a different way of communicating with different players to get the most out of them, which everybody wants.
I think communication, because I coached, not at that level, obviously.
Yeah.
But, the prep school level and my daughter all growing up. Coaching and reffing are very similar in the communication aspect, for me anyway. The way I approached it was, if I benched a player, I didn't want him thinking, I want him to know why he was getting benched.
Right.
I wanted to know what he needed to work on.
Yep.
I wanted, the players that, might have kind of weren't getting the ice time they thought they should be getting, why? And it wasn't just fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
I always brought that, much like refereeing.
Right.
And communicating, so key. And,
Yeah.
and I think that makes the better coach.
Well, it goes back to I mean, communication's so key. Like, if you know that they're pulling for you in a way that they want you to succeed for you and the team, as opposed to just being like, hey, go do your job so I look good.
Right.
As a coach, well, fuck you. Like, I'm not playing for you. I'm playing for the 20 other guys in the room, right? So
Well, you have a communications degree, much like I do.
Yeah, it's just what the piece of paper says.
Well, I know. I went to school for television sportscasting, and no one wanted to hire a white Irish Catholic from Boston when I was 14. That's how I got into refereeing. But now full circle.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Look at that.
Doing kind of a communication thing. So,
Sorry.
It's I want to make sure we get you out of here when we need to get you out of here. So, but I did want to bring up, you played and grew up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Now, we had Gigi Marvin on.
Yeah,
from
she's great.
Minnesota.
I used to train with her, actually.
She's awesome.
She's awesome,
and we talked about her and TJ Oshie going to same high school. She left out that they might have went to prom together. But what makes Minnesota such a fucking great hockey state? And I admitted it with Gigi. I think Minnesota hockey is the best.
There's a couple different things. The ones that come to mind are, and I didn't know about it too much until I moved out here and had kids, is the pay to play hockey out here is you're paying the moms and dads that built their own team to take your money and go play around New England. They don't care about your development. They really don't. They're there to win.
I wanted to talk about this too because we've talked about multiple people like Timmy Lovell and stuff about how hockey's ruined here, basically because of clubs.
It's a cesspool, and it kills me that my kids are, not to sound like a dick, but like, would I want them to be in Minnesota playing hockey? Yeah, because it's the better model. It's the only model left where it's like, let's build these guys up in a way that they build a passion for the game. Like they love playing hockey.
Right.
Not that, hey, we need to win, or hey, if I don't get these wins, we're not going to get enough kids in the program to get the bill, and we can stay at this level in the E9 league, or whatever. Like, fuck that, man. Like,
right.
It's about the guys and the girls on the ice. It's not about the team, the league,
in town,
the level.
like the town hockey out there is where it's at.
The
high school,
like
we don't have that here. No one plays for the town anymore.
They all leave to go play club. Which, like, what do you really get with club? You get a fancy bag. You get a cool helmet, gloves, but like our town team could give it to the club team that play in the same rink as us.
Right.
But kids still leave because they want the allure of playing club, and they want to drive down to Rhode Island for a game as opposed to going to Peabody.
Right.
Like I'll take Peabody all day long.
Right.
So when you go to Minnesota, it's like the one benefit we have is we have outdoor ice, right?
Right.
And kids. You get home from school, you grab your stick, you go.
Nothing like an ODR.
And the best thing is like, he's not telling you what to do. He's not telling you what to do. It's 12 on 12, and these kids are having a blast. Right. And guess what? There's 10 guys on you. Figure it out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Get your head up. Work on your skills. Figure it out. Use a ball. Use a puck. Use a can. Like they don't care. They just go play, and that's where you learn, like to try new things, right? And be creative. And say, I'm going to try this move. If it doesn't work, big deal. Pull it out of the net, go again. Right. And I've noticed, like, out here, it's like kids don't go play in the street, like go play street hockey. They don't go play rollerblade.
Not anymore.
They used to.
That's all we did.
Yeah.
It's all
At least in our neighborhood. Like, it's just like, it's
not in any neighborhood. Now it's not, doesn't happen.
And so here's the funny thing. So Pat Rismiller, do you guys know Pat Rismiller? Grew up in Belmont, played a couple hundred games in the show with the Rangers and the Sharks. He lives in the same town as I, so we both help run an organization. It's great. And so as our kids were coming up, we're like, hey, let's do a test. And so we had open ice for skills, and the skills coach didn't show up. And we're like, let's just throw a puck down to the end, put 3 pucks, and see what these guys do. And they were like PB level, right? So we threw it down there, and we gave them 10 minutes. And we just sat there and talked, and then we looked down there, and we got one guy shooting the puck against the boards, just him shooting the puck against the boards. Got another guy shooting the puck on a goalie.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is just fucking around, punching each other and whacking each other. And it's like, throw the sticks in the middle.
Yeah.
And just pull them out, and you go, like, that's what kids would do.
Yeah.
And now if there's not direction to tell them what to do, they can't think on their own. So everything we do in our program, and right or wrong, is letting the kids, we never take decisions away from the kids. They need to make decisions. Like, it's not them, even if, like, the mites make a decision on a cone. But after mites, guess what? Now there's a coach there, and he's moving a stick. Get your head up, and you're making the decisions, right? You're deciding to get open, right, for your teammate. You're deciding to move the puck and then move to a new position. Like, we try to put it on the players that the game is the teacher, and they need to move and understand the process of the game, not to be in position or structure, but just to support their teammates. And I guess what, if you do that, you'll be fine in any little scenario on the ice, because it's all about supporting your teammates and moving the puck.
Right.
And so I think with developing without structure away from the rink, like, that's where you get all that creativity and just having fun. And then, yeah, you bring it to practice and you bring it to your games on the ice. But the development model is from mites all the way to high school. And kids want to play for the high school. So you're under one development model the whole time, right? Where now kids are moving around and I got to play for this coach. I got to play for this team. Like, it's just like
I'm not on the first line.
It's
of
the
this
rat
club.
race. It's the rat race.
Yeah. And they think they're going to miss out if they don't play for a certain team or a certain level.
It's like a social
status. It's frustrating, very frustrating, because high school hockey here used to be similar to what it was in Minnesota.
Absolutely.
And it just, now it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. And it's sad. So, and it's even sadder that I have to admit Minnesota does it right.
Yeah.
And we don't.
But there's no way going back. Like, the rabbit's out.
No. Yeah. And, you
There's
got
too
these
much
big
money.
corporations
I
and
was going
stuff.
to say, corporations are now buying club teams.
Yeah.
It's just
like Black Bear, I think it is.
Exactly.
They're
gonna be even
they're
worse.
buying everything
It's
up.
gonna be worse.
Yeah, there's a few out there that are buying, and it's
It's too
sad.
bad because it's the kids that suffer it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And of course, if any of those companies want to sponsor a podcast, we'd be happy to cash your check.
Yes.
But you're part of the problem. Well, I know you got to get out of here. I don't want to. You got to.
I got to pick up the little one.
Yeah. You got to pick up the kids.
But we got to do it again.
Well, you're going to be the first, I think, with a robe. You're getting a zebra coat for twice on. You're going to end up third time on with a robe.
I'm excited to see the zebra coat first.
Oh, I'm just right when we're done.
Yeah.
I'm going to find someone to design it. It won't be Armani.
A Beetlejuice
'Cause we don't
costume,
have
maybe?
that. We don't have that. Yeah. Oh, Beetlejuice. Yeah,
Right?
Beetlejuice. But it's going to be more stylish.
Yeah.
It's got to be more
You
stylish.
got to have the rings on the sleeve too.
Oh, yeah. And we got to
gotta
have
be
the
legit.
CZP. A little CZP action going.
Yeah.
We gotta get that
We're gonna do
round
it.
patch.
We're going to do it. I love it. See, every time you're on, we got them up sack tap therapy, which we didn't even talk about. And
Fondling the beaver.
fondling the beaver. That's a new one. We're going to fondle the beaver. That's what everyone wants to do.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, we're going to come up with other.
Just
Yeah.
an idea guy.
You're an
make it work.
idea guy, but you get it done.
We get the robe. We get the jacket.
Robe, jacket, and the beaver. Fondling the beaver.
You know how I came up with
Can't
that?
say that without laughing.
We were watching a preview for some movie, and Naked Gun 33 and a third, the old preview came on.
Oh, yeah.
When she's up on the ladder, and she's like passing stuff down, and she's like, "Here's my stuffed beaver," and I'm like, my wife lost it, and I'm like, "That is so good."
Your wife has a great sense of humor, too, by the way.
You should have. She'd come on and just give it to me.
Oh, yeah. We might have to do
We
that.
might have to interview her.
And we might have to get her a robe,
I don't know
too.
if I could take all the roasting of my leg. She was giving it to me at Kevin Miller's house out there too. You said
You
the
know
one
what?
leg comment, and then she wouldn't stop.
We should make a rule where you and I have to we have to wear shorts next time.
Oh yeah,
Definitely. Definitely. That'd be
legs out
the
pod.
stick club and not a hockey stick. I can understand how his support him because he's like, what are you, $120? But you, I don't know how those twigs don't snap.
I got big quads.
All right.
Yeah, guys
a
built
greyhound.
like us, you know.
The Greyhound. I told you.
And you skated like one.
All right, I gotta run.
He fought Ty Domi.
Oh, we'll do that one next time.
Oh, yeah. That's what we got to do.
I don't have room for that one.
Yeah, you got to get out of here. Andrew Roberts, thanks for
I'll
coming
tell you
on.
the story
man.
next time. Ty Domi story.
We always have fun with
I think
you,
I
man.
was going to tell you that last time too.
I think you were.
I just keep putting it off so you have to
I
bring
think
it back.
that's what it is.
By
That's
the
what it
time you
is.
tell it, you will have fought Max Domi by then.
On an alumni game,
Yeah.
right? Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew Alberts, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
You guys are great.
So, like we said, Andrew Alberts. I mean, just a complete beautician. That guy. Love that guy.
I mean, I have some leg day workout tips for him, but we can do that the next episode.
Yeah, I think you both need to stop skipping leg day, or at least skip calf day.
Yeah,
that's where the problem lies, is in the bottom of the sticks. That's where the problem is. But what a great guy, and Sense Arena, and all the stuff they're doing with the SEALs, just great stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, I keep forgetting like the things he was talking about, like the concussion that he had.
Oh, bad.
That thing, that's
yeah.
serious.
And that was only he had 3, and the last one basically knocked him out of the game. I think it was it McGrattan or Grattan?
Oh, yeah.
That hit him high when he was with Vancouver, and that ended his career. with the concussion.
And
So-
those were just the big ones too. I mean, there's a bunch of little ones that you don't with everybody there too.
Right.
And also Alby was no stranger to dropping the mitts.
No.
And he didn't
Tough
back
player.
there. He fought Sean Thornton. He fought Ty Domi.
Which we didn't get into.
Yeah.
Which we, because, he had a hard stop. He had to get out of here. But he also came up with a great idea. The zebra
Again.
coat. The zebra coat for a repeat guest, like the Masters green coat.
Yeah. Well,
We're
his
gonna-
idea originally was the robe. He wants a robe.
He wants a robe, but the robe is for a 3-time guest.
Yes.
So the robe you really have to work for.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, robes don't, grow on trees. You got to earn a robe or steal one from the Hilton, and
or us.
or us. But we're going to design a zebra coat for repeat guests, and we actually would have to make a few. Because we've had a few people that have been on multiple times. Frank Simonetti,
Yeah.
Captain Crowley.
Right.
I believe that might be
That's it.
that might be it. Those
Yeah.
those
I think
two
you're
with
right.
Albie, I think, might be the only repeat guests. So we've,
Oh, it is tough to get.
I know, very tough to get.
Yeah.
So we'll have to make those and then get the robes made because we got to have Albie on again. I mean,
Yeah. He might end
he's-
up on the podcast.
He could end up as the 4th guy on the podcast, right? He
2
could.
defensemen, 2 referees.
Yeah, he could be our Keith Yandel, right? That's what he would be. That's funny because he's outstanding. So, no, again, another great episode.
Yeah.
And I don't say that because it's.
I keep waiting for us to do an episode where we walk away and just be like, that was a snoozer.
Oh, it never
It
happened.
hasn't happened.
It'll never happen.
No.
On a podcast that you talk about sack tapping moose, and now we got what was it, Fondle the Beaver?
Just
Yeah. I mean, it's never going to be a snoozer. Come on. And with Gino usually, this might be the episode where we recorded the least amount of fucks.
Oh, I know. You can show this one to the kids.
Yeah, I mean, we
Maybe.
had a few.
A few.
And
but
but yeah, so with there's never going to be a snoozer on this show. You kidding me? No, with the demented people that are on this show, and I don't mean the guests, but yeah, no, we I don't think we'll ever have one. And if we do, well, then shame on us.
right?
And that'll be a dark day. It'll never happen. So, but we of course want to thank our sponsors, the Referees Crease, your one-stop shop for all your refereeing needs. Damon Financial LLC, find them online, damonfinancial.com, and also Townsend Hockey. Graham Townsend, a huge supporter of the podcast, along with his wife, huge supporters. So we want to thank Townsend Hockey. And also want to remind you to like and subscribe on YouTube. Smash that button, as the kids say. Also find us on the social medias, the Instagram, the Facebook, and of course,
The TikTok.
yes. And as always, I want to thank AOA Studios for the wonderful work they do here up in Beverly. We're very happy to be back in the studio and the new look studio. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, and we got, I think the next couple coming up are here. So, very excited about that. So, with all that said, for the absent Gino Binder Jr. and for Josh Dolan, I'm Mark Riley saying so long. We'll see you next time right here on the Chirping Zebras.